Celestia Quixis writes about a lot of things: music, advocacy, legacy. But today we're in the territory where bureaucratic fine print meets a terminally ill person's actual life.
That's the ground this episode covers. What a specific Social Security regulation actually says, and what it means when automated systems encounter a medical record that has a gap in it for the worst possible reason.
Let's start with the regulation, the YouTube video, and the person caught in the middle.
The post is a direct response to a YouTube video by Florida-based SSDI and SSI attorney Walter Hnot, whose channel focuses on disability claims guidance. The regulation at the center of it is 20 CFR Part 416.1340, the SSA rule that penalizes claimants for false or misleading statements, or for withholding material information.
The penalty structure is tiered: 6 months for a first offense, 12 for a second, 24 for any subsequent one. And the post is careful to note that an identical twin regulation, Part 404.459 under Title II, applies the same structure to SSDI. So if you hold concurrent benefits, a single triggering event hits both accounts at once.
Right, and the post draws a sharp line around what the penalty does and does not do. Medicare and Medicaid eligibility survive the suspension. Family members drawing auxiliary SSDI payments are not cut off, but the cash stops.
Which is the part that matters when you have a September 2026 prognosis and no functioning primary care relationship.
That's where the post moves from regulatory explainer to personal testimony. The author describes being dismissed by KU Physicians Network on October 27, 2021, with a notation of therapeutic ineffectiveness, a phrase that now sits inside the shared Epic and Care Everywhere record. The post puts it plainly. That October 27, 2021 KU Physicians Network dismissal letter, explicitly citing therapeutic ineffectiveness, is the exact document I'm flagging as the loaded gun.
2 words doing enormous damage, because therapeutic ineffectiveness can mean the treatment wouldn't work, a clinical judgment about the condition, or it can mean the patient was non-compliant. An automated system doesn't adjudicate that ambiguity.
And the post explains exactly why that matters. No treatment notes follow the dismissal because the network blacklisted the author. To an SSA automated review, a billing gap reads as improvement or capacity to work, not as the consequence of being denied care after a family murder-suicide, a pseudomonas pneumonia, Levaquin-induced permanent mobility loss, an aspergillus colonization that has since progressed to terminal disease.
The post also notes that CMS and HHS OIG confirmed on a recorded call that they have no enforcement capability to compel any physician to treat any patient. The documentation exists. The complaints were filed. The answer was still no.
And the downstream consequence the post names is this: if SSDI stops, no civil litigation attorney will take the case. Terminal prognosis plus 0 income equals no return on investment for counsel, and the author would be dead before any overpayment waiver could be litigated.
So the prolific writing, the music, the advocacy, all of it visible online isn't evidence of medical improvement. It's what the post calls distress tolerance, a terminally ill person trying to leave a legacy before a documented end date.
The post frames that clearly because the concern is that the visible output is exactly what an automated sweep would misread.
What stays with me is the gap between what a record shows and what actually happened, and who bears the cost of that difference.
The post makes that cost specific, and that's what advocacy documentation is for. More next time.